Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would try and record a slightly different video for you today. You're on my iPhone. I found a way of mirroring the screen to my MacBook, so hopefully I'm going to be able to do this video whilst also being able to see the viewfinder a little bit better. So fingers crossed, and with the quality upgrade, maybe this one will be a great video. I was recently sent the Huda Beauty Naughty Nude palette, which, oh my goodness, how beautiful is this? And I thought I would show you how to use some of the more, I want to say brighter, sort of more creative colours in that palette. I think for hooded eyes, luckily, we can actually get away with wearing quite a lot of colour because you don't necessarily see as much of it all the time because the hood is covering it. So you can kind of get away with wearing more exciting makeup sometimes. If you're interested on finding out how I get the look, please keep on watching. Alrighty then, so I wanted to just go and quickly do a time lapse to get rid of the sort of face portion. I'm trying to concentrate mainly on the eyes for this bit, and I'm gonna first go in with the shade, I think, Irresistible. I actually have used this before. I posted a little picture on my Instagram the other day, and I found that these shimmers work absolutely the best with your fingers. I tried using a brush, and it didn't quite work for me. It just doesn't get the sort of glittery shimmer and the pigment on the eye in the same way. And I'm being quite rough, but just putting it mainly in the center of the eye. I've got such big fingers, I find it really, really hard to actually get my fingers into the inner corner, but that's where our blending brushes are gonna come in handy. I think often we can get quite scared of doing color on the eyes, but it is a really, really fun way of changing up your look. I'm just blending with a 217 from MAC to make sure the edges are nice and smooth, and then just going in and building up that pigment again where I've taken away some of the shimmer. Next up is the shade Desire. So it's this bright sort of pinky colour. It looks actually almost red when you get it on the eyes, but it looks more pink in the pan. And I'm using my little finger and just dabbing that into the very outer corner of my eyes. It's going to provide depth, but also that little pop of colour. And hopefully you can see straight away that that foil on the shadow is just amazing quality. Now, because I've got the hooded eyes and the downturned eyes, I don't take it out all the way to the end of the eye here. I leave it a little bit early so that when I do my blending, I can really control where that colour stays. So I've got a small tapered blender from Kitstars, and that's when I'm going to work that into the outer corner and just make sure it doesn't go any further than I want it to. If you keep these colours just to the main mobile lid, even if you do have the hood, you can lift it up a little bit further and pop it in, then you can get away with wearing these sort of bolder colours because you're not going to see the full amount. It's not going to be a whole, if you had a big open wide eye shape, it might look a little bit more obvious, a little bit more scary to some people. So I think you might be lucky if you've got the hooded eye on this one, because you can wear that little bit more colour without worrying too much. And I'm going back in with Irresistible and plonking that back on the middle just to make sure the glitter really shows. So for me, these shadows are so buttery that they've blended out completely perfectly already in the crease, but I'm going to take a little bit of a transition shade just to sort of help that blend. In person, I feel like I could get away with this, but just for the camera, I think it sort of helps. It also, if you're into a little bit more dramatic makeup, it can sort of make things look a little bit more sort of put together. I'm gonna go in with the shade Rough, and I'm just kissing that over the edge really, really gently. Windscreen wiper motions. Now, if you've got hooded and downturned eyes like me, do not cross this point. It will turn the look all the way down and drag your eyes down with it. You've got to be really, really careful with the placement of your eyeshadow. If you do have downturned eyes, always concentrate on bringing the look up and never pull it far down on the outside of the eye. I think this tone has really helped to sort of ground the look as well. I'm going to blend it out just along the top with a big fluffy brush. One of the most important steps for me is the one that I've just gone in and done off camera, and that is putting a black pencil right in the tight line underneath your eye. So you just lift your eye here and go under. You really want to wiggle and get it into the roots of the lashes. If you've got hooded eyes or downturned eyes, you often don't have the space on the top of the lid to do a liner. But with these colours, you really, really need inky black or a dark colour to sort of, it almost separates your eyes from the bright colours, especially colours like red, so it stops you from looking sick at all. I used the Me Cosmetics Skyliner pencil in Midnight, and I've really, really taken that down into the roots of the lashes. From here, a good curl is an absolute necessity. This is my favourite Shoe Uemura lash curler. I think it's one of those ones that just works really, really well with hooded eyes because it doesn't chomp your lids. It's obviously very, very important. That just gives you that perfect curl. One of my favourite mascaras of all time is Maybelline The Falsies. It literally just works. You know when you come across a product that you're just like, I love you and I will always love you. This is the one for me. I actually keep one of these in my pro kit as well. I'm going to go in on the bottom now with a slightly different colour. This one is going to be Shameless from the palette. It's very, very pinky and it's got a sort of almost a strange duochrome. I'm going to apply it with a pencil brush, which I'm not sure will be the best idea, but I just want to get a really fine amount of that under the eye. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm going all the way. Feels like this is sort of like a disco for your eyes. I'm really hoping that you can see how pretty this duochrome shade is in the light. It's just this wonderful pink, but it's got a sort of, I don't know what the base is. It's like almost lilac-y purple, but also, I don't know, like, I just think it's the best shade ever. I'm going to take a little bit of the sort of brown shade Naughty, which is just here, and take that in the outer corner as well, just for a little bit of depth. I think the eye just still needs that little bit of shaping. If you want, you can connect it in the outer corner here to the top. Just so it all works in perfect harmony. And I'm grabbing my black liner again, and I'm going to take it on the inner waterline here. Now, as if the look didn't have enough shimmer on it already, I'm going to add a little bit more just in the inner corner. There's a shade called Flower Power here, which has sort of like lots of different colours in it. And I'm just going to take the very, very lightest. It's very sort of glittery, almost chunky, and just press that in the inner corner. In for a penny, in for a pound. Really want this look to stand out. If you have bottom lashes, load them up with mascara. This will really add again to the drama of the look. I just don't have any bottom lashes, so I can't do it for myself, which is a real shame. It does sort of detract from the look, but if you are lucky enough to have them, go for it. For some people, that would have been the perfect place to start, but I wanted to go a little bit extra, so I've applied some lashes in the style So Wispy. They're from Kiss Lash, and I've basically just taken maybe 2/3 of the lash from the inside of the band, because I do have really, really small eyes. So I've just put them on the outer corner here, the front side instead of the back, so that they don't overpower my eyes too much. They still provide that little bit of lift, a little wing to give this look more drama. If you're going in for the colour, you may as well go in for some really dramatic lashes too. One thing I do think that's important for this sort of look is that you do need to go in with a more muted lip. So I'm going to go in with Nile Nude, and that's from Burt's Bees. Just a nice creamy nude lipstick that won't sort of detract from the look. I'm also going to go in with a little bit of the Kevyn lip definer in Divine, just so that I can correct the shape a little better. You can still have a fuller palette even if you're doing a nude lipstick. So there we are. This is the finished look. This is how you can wear brighter colour if you've got downturned or hooded eyes. Actually, to be honest, even if you don't have downturned or hooded eyes, if you just keep the colour directly on the mobile eyelid and you really ground it with some black, I think it just makes bright colours more wearable and it doesn't sort of wash you out or make you look sickly at all. I loved this eyeshadow palette, the Naughty Nude. I just think the colours are amazing. Like, the story is really, really fantastic, and they do have these interesting formulas in some of the shades. It does make it a bit confusing to know exactly what colour you're going to get on those sort of marbly ones, but I just think the quality of the shadow is so, so great, and you've got a whole variety of looks that you can make for yourself. If you do have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Please like the video if you did like it, and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to see you come back next time. Hopefully I'll see you all again soon. Bye guys.